Well, January has 31 days like most of the months of the year, but it feels like the longest. And it has a lot to do with heavy holiday spending. In this report, Charles Fisher talks to an expert who advises us on how to avoid the financial New Year's slump.
Already faced with a need to save and not having seen a paycheck for over a month, what can one do?
It's hard because you got to learn how to manage your money. A lot of people get paid in lump sums. And when you get paid in a lump sum like that, it can be very tempting because now you got this money in hand. But you got to start thinking about the long term. You got to start thinking about, what is it that I can pay down responsibly to kind of alleviate this pressure for us the next time we come to this particular place. We have to be very careful not to get too money excited, right? A lot of people don't know how to deal with large sums of money, and so whatever they feel, they spend on. If someone says, I want to go to dinner right now because it's Friday, they'll go because they know they got the money. But we have to start thinking a bit more long term. We have to stop associating going out with the weekends just because it's the weekend, and we have to become more budget conscious if we are to make it through this tough time.
Thompson says it's not good to diagnose a person or coworker. Mood swings is a common thing.
I don't think Bahamians have done a good job being able to identify what's ailing them and why. Instead, we make light of these things. We make light of that headache that's been reoccurring. We make light of the fact that we don't feel good when we go to work. We become so focused on just getting to Friday. Monday through Thursday looks like a blur. Those are very indicating signs that something is not right internally. But because we never stop to look at ourselves, we end up blaming everybody else but us.
And there is a thing called living above our means.
We try to maintain this certain image, this certain lifestyle that people have become accustomed to seeing us live. And as Bahamians, we sometimes get too prideful. And we hold on to these things sometimes at our own detriment. And in order for us to begin adjusting to what the financial climate is, we're going to have to learn how to cut away some of these unnecessary things. But as men, we become very money-oriented. We don't want to do anything unless it's making money. And so even the relationship dynamics can change. When you see January rolls around, he can have been the happy camper in December, but in January, he's a stern, tight-pocketed person.
Some good advice for some of us to live by. For the ZNS News Network, I'm Charles Fisher.